Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
Oh no, we're not here.
Oh no, we're not here.
What happened?
James, you have to fix us. There we are. Okay.
There you are.
There I am. James has still disappeared. Wait, here he comes. There he is.
Good job, Dylan.
Geesh, Dylan, we let the intern, run the show one day, and he screws it all up.
Hey, you know what we're going to do today?
What?
Just because Dylan just screwed that up.
Are we going to mess with him?
And we're going to make him come over here and introduce himself.
I think that's a fine idea. Yes.
Yeah. But we'll make him do all the work first.
Yes.
And then we'll do that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hey, welcome everyone. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, we have James here on the other side today. He has to spend an entire hour talking to me, and he is so looking forward to it.
Talking to Jen is my favorite thing. Seriously.
Why does your face look like that?
This is what it always looks like.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
So how are you today, Jen?
I'm great, James. How are you? With your face.
Pretty good. With your face and your hair and your shirt.
No, like we normally have conversations, but none of them are appropriate for this side of the camera. So we have to check ourselves.
To be fair, the inappropriate comments normally come from your side of the conversation.
Oh, you say, Dylan? Would you agree with that or disagree with that?
Honestly, I was just really focused on replying to texts. So
Dylan's like, I'm still learning the dynamics around here.
He's over there texting.
He's like, I've been here 4 days.
Hey, listen, I did not have the same we did not have the conversation that they're having on the radio side. So
no, that's true.
We
also don't have a ad that runs that says that we're a family show and then lets Rodney loose on a live mic every morning.
I come in this morning, I'm like, James, why do you have the door to the studio shut? He's like, I can't hear anything because Rodney's cracking himself up over there. So good.
Hey, his laughter normally doesn't bother me, but Dylan's a soft-spoken guy. And
they were wound up this morning over there.
They were wound up. So what's going on today, Jen?
Well, I had a scare this morning.
Ooh, what happened?
Well, okay, so I had this really cool new security system put in at my house, which we've talked about it.
Because I kept trying to break in
and because James was stalking me.
The older one wasn't catching me.
It was so weird. He just stalks me like he doesn't get enough of this during the day. Yeah. So we had this really cool new security system installed at our house, and it now has this doorbell camera, and it's got cameras all around the outside of the house and whatever, and I can log in. Well, but when the doorbell it senses a human or
it senses motion.
Well, no, because it's supposed to just be a human. Because if Marley goes out, it doesn't tell me, but it sends me a message and pulls up a photo. So if, somebody's ringing your doorbell and you have a package or whatever, you can actually talk to them through the thing. It's really cool.
Neat.
So
you had a salesman or something show up first thing in the morning?
Well, so Jamie pulls out the driveway this morning and I'm just sitting on the couch and all of a sudden it says doorbell detected. And I'm like, did he lock himself out or whatever? Yeah. So I pull up the camera and literally about had a stroke. Because that's what was ringing my doorbell.
Yeah, that's not a salesman.
I'm like, oh my God.
Pizza delivery boy.
Yeah. Look at his little fingers. Ew. Ew. So yeah, that it was trying to. I don't know. You said it wanted breakfast. I'm not sure.
He looks pretty hungry to me.
But isn't that crazy?
It
so
is
you
creepy.
pull that up like thinking, who's outside? And that's in your face. Yeah.
My parents have a camera similar to that on their porch. And it gets bugs and stuff on it like that pretty often. Like, especially at night, like moths and things will like flutter to it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what would have been worse if it had actually been a human where I was like, you have no business being here right now, or that. I'm not sure.
It's when me and Courtney snuck up on you with Michael Myers. They're ringing your doorbell.
So wrong. I'm going to tell you what, if Michael Myers rings my doorbell, we've got some serious issues. That was mean, by the way.
Halloween is coming up.
It is.
It's going to be here before you know it.
Hey, and you got Amanda pretty good too.
Yeah, that's why
we were squealy girls.
So I have like split opinions on feelings on this, mixed emotions, if you will. So one hand, I miss like getting Amanda with stuff like that.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I'm relieved that she left before she had a chance to really get me back.
Like, I miss her so much, but I'm so glad she didn't have time to.
Well, we all know how competitive Amanda is. And
a little bit.
And she wasn't going to let us one-up her in the prank game.
No. She told me some of the pranks that she pulled when she worked at her last job, and they were pretty good.
Yeah. I've always wanted to put a stapler in a Jell-O mold, like in the office. Like in the first episode of The Office. I always thought that'd be so funny. Andy, that works in graphics here at Zip, me and him, we worked together in Athens for several years, and he is not the guy to get in a prank war with. Is he will take it. He would every single time he will take it to the next level, and he just like forces you in a corner where you've either got to submit or do things that you're not comfortable doing to get back to him.
Oh no!
And you're doing it with the knowledge that he will absolutely take it further.
That he's going to go there.
I wish I could remember some of the things we did.
Well,
I can't remember. But
Andy's on my team if we get into prank wars around here.
The one thing we used to do a lot, I don't think this works anymore. There used to be a keyboard shortcut on Mac computers to invert your screen, like make it like a negative image.
Why?
Well, I'm not sure. I think it's for like people with like certain like vision problems. It's easier for them to like see the reverse contrast or something.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
We don't know.
But it used to be like a really weird keyboard shortcut. You could just do it. I forget what it was now. I don't think it works anymore. But we would do that all the time, and people would freak out
because they wouldn't know what happened.
Yeah, because they wouldn't know what to do. Because like, why would you ever want to do that?
It's the furnace. Do you know how to?
Yeah, just push the button that says mode until it turns to off. But yeah, so we would do that to people all the time. Someone would be at the restroom or at lunch or whatever, and their desk would be left, and you just be like Command Option Shift 8, whatever it is, and it would invert everything.
That's great.
Yeah, it was really funny. But yeah, Andy, oh man, I wish I could remember some of the stuff he did. But yeah, he was always it was really funny.
Amanda was telling me about a time that she put do you remember when phones used to have these like absurd ringtones like and she said she had this one that was like a frog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she put it like
in the ceiling tile, and she kept calling this guy.
Yeah,
and he was like,
"It's pretty good."
Yeah, I'm like, "That's a good one."
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
Cell phone ringtones used to be real obnoxious.
They did.
I mean, if you're still using like a regular ringer, it's still pretty obnoxious.
Yeah.
Maybe put that on vibrate like the rest of us, y'all.
Yeah. Until the only problem with that is if you can't find your phone, then you're in some serious trouble.
Yeah. You gotta have that find your phone app or whatever.
I just use my watch a lot. Where's my phone?
Yeah, I've had to do that a few times.
Anyway,
I got something I want to talk about.
Yeah.
This past Saturday, the Markay did Evening with the Arts.
Woohoo!
Dylan's got some photos. There's the banner that was outside.
So I have a funny story about that banner.
Okay.
Jamie and I are there setting up the beer station.
Uh-huh.
And Jules and the the girl. Why can't I think of her name that works in the box office? And I'm so sorry about that. She has the coolest hair in the world.
Gosh, she's
so
Katie.
sweet. Katie, yes. Yes, thank you. We're trying to get that banner set up. Dealing with columns of balloons that are moving.
Those are real. Like, did you like mess with those balloons any? Because they were real awkward.
Well, no, I watched them trying to tie the banner to the balloons that were awkward. So Jamie and I got a little bit of entertained for a minute.
I did try to move one of the balloon things because they were, I don't know, the wind had like blown it and it was kind of weird. And they're like tied to like a weighted post.
Right.
And it's real weird. I mean, it looks real cute. I mean,
they're really pretty and cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That photo really doesn't really do them justice how kind of big it was.
No, because it was really cool.
But yeah, they were real awkward to move.
And so every time they'd get the banner like situated and straight, then something would happen and it would like turn inside out or something. So
but it was really, really neat.
But yeah.
I love that purple color.
I do too.
That is, in general, that's a nice color scheme, isn't it?
It's a very good color scheme. Yeah. Did you do that poster?
I did, and Brittany did that.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Very good, Brittany. She gets a gold star for the day.
She does get a gold star. But so the show was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so you went.
You caught some of the preview stuff.
I did.
But I don't know. But you didn't actually catch the real performances.
No, I just
cool for school.
That's right. I just stalked the
you just stalked the dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
So the show kicked off with Colby Likens, who is a, Jackson favorite.
Yeah.
And I had never heard Colby play with a full band before. So that was really exciting.
I don't know that I have either.
Yeah. I've only heard him play acoustic, but he played with a full band, played with Jason Hogue, Jordan Lombardo, and David Leach. Is that the drummer's name? Yeah. And they're freaking good. I mean, awesome. Colby is such a good, front man kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, he just gets so into it. He's so energetic Now, I will call him out for this. Dude did break a guitar string in the first song.
Oh no!
And then he made the band just play for 10 minutes while he
had to fix it.
While he fixed it. So that was kind of funny. But they were really, really great. Expect nothing less from him.
Yeah.
And Jordan is so talented.
Yes.
We'll talk a little bit more about Jordan in a minute.
Yeah.
But so Colby kicked it off at 3:00 in the afternoon. That's probably the earliest he's ever played.
Yes.
He kind of looked like he was in the middle of mowing his grass and then remembered he was supposed to be there.
I mean, it's a possibility.
But he did a fantastic job, and all those other guys did a fantastic job.
And he has really pretty hair, so.
Dude, his hair is so good.
I know.
What kind of conditioner do you think he uses?
I don't know. I'll ask him when I see him.
Oh, we should.
Yep.
And then up next was Dylan over there.
I'll bet it's G, your hair smells terrific. Do you remember that shampoo?
No.
There actually was a shampoo called G, your hair smells terrific.
That's funny.
Yeah. It was in the 80s. Go ahead.
Nice. So this was Dylan's favorite act with Paul Brown doing his cowboy poetry.
So funny.
We listened to a little bit of that on the show on Friday.
Yes.
So he told, 5 or 6 different stories. Dylan, what was your favorite? Or do you remember any specific stories he told?
I really liked the one where he was talking about going shopping for his wife.
Yeah.
And everybody just staring at him because he doesn't go to a women's store. And then he went in and everybody was just watching him and he was asking a bunch of questions. And that one just got me laughing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very I keep comparing him to Prairie Home Companion, this sort of old radio humorist kind of thing. So that was really fun. And he had a great freaking hat on.
Yes.
And
Paul is so talented all the way around.
Yeah, so Paul, he donated one of his paintings for the auction later in the night that sold for, a few $100s.
Yeah.
So that's a really, really generous donation from him. And then after Paul, the Apple City Players took the stage.
Nice.
Our own Matt McKee looking freaking dapper in his overalls up there. So
hilarious.
they did sticking with the theme of kind of old radio stuff. They did sort of an old kind of radio play kind of thing, which was fun. So they were the most small-minded radio station in Texas or something like that was the gimmick. So Matt and Doug there were like the radio hosts, and the rest of the people were like people calling into the radio station.
That's great.
So it was pretty funny. They did a funny bit. So I was going to put you on the spot this morning.
Okay.
But Matt and Rodney were too busy. I was going to ask Matt if he still had his script, and I was going to make you and me do one of the bits.
That would have been funny.
But they were, Rodney just kept going, so I didn't have a chance to ask him about it. But yeah, they were really funny. So it really was kind of like an old time like radio show. And the Apple City Players actually have a coming up pretty soon, October 14th, 15th, and 16th is their next full performance. It's called Moon Over Buffalo. It's I'm not entirely sure what it's about, but it's set in Buffalo, New York.
That makes sense.
The logo is a buffalo, but I don't think there's actually a buffalo in it.
With a moon over it.
With a moon over it. Makes sense. But I know Matt Wilson's in it. Oh, Brittany, our own Brittany, is going to make her acting debut.
No.
In Moon Over Buffalo.
Brittany?
Yeah.
Love
so
it.
Potter. So she was telling me she was going to audition. And I was like, oh, which part are you going to audition for? And she's like, there's an old lady. I was like, yeah, that's pretty on brand for you. That's pretty on brand for you. So Brittany's playing the like mean old lady character.
I was going to say only if she's a crotchety old lady.
I think she's pretty crotchety. And then after the Apple City Players, we had the Gillums and Alicia Shepherd. This was like a worship band.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Shared some like inspirational stories and stuff like that. I think they perform regularly at Elevate Ministries, if I understand correctly. So yeah, so the people really enjoyed that. I think there were a lot of people that came like for them. They were, wanted to support them and really liked what they hear from these guys like on Sundays and stuff.
Yes.
So that was really nice. Like I said, inspirational.
Well, very uplifting and good
message
vibes.
Of faith, good vibes.
Sure.
And then after them was the real headline band. And so this was Jordan Lombardo's band. So there's Jordan. And so Jordan's I don't know Jordan real well. I mean, I just kind of know of him. Mm-hmm. And I've seen him play a few times. And he is just so talented.
So talented.
He's so talented. He's one of those people, he's just up there just like shredding on that guitar, standing off to the side, not in the spotlight.
Yeah, that's Jordan.
Dude almost looks bored up there. He makes it so easy. Look so easy. But he's so good. So this is the band from, most of these guys I think are from Columbus that he's been playing with recently. They're called Session 5, and like they were really good.
They're really good.
They're really fun.
And they've been, just killing it.
Yeah, I think they play a lot.
Yeah.
And they're really energetic, especially, I don't know his name, but the gentleman there that's their front man, like he's just super energetic. And then they had a female singer, and she was great. And then they also had a third singer that also played keyboards, and he was great. So they had like 3 different voices, and they were all super energetic. It was really great. I apologize, I forgot to add one of these photo of these guys, but our own Josh Willett, Ryan Hurd.
Yes.
And I apologize, I don't know the third gentleman's name.
Mr. Hogue is what we call him.
Mr. Okay. And so they brought
Paul Hogue or Jason? Paul?
I think it's
Jason's dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Then Jason's playing bass, right? Yep.
Yes.
So they played their horns, the trumpet, saxophone, trombone, and man, like those guys were, I'm almost sound like an old man when I say this, but they were swinging. they really sounded good with that horn section.
So good.
And this guy playing the drum, I mean, a lot of these guys had never met each other before.
Sure.
And so the guy playing the drums, he filled in. He'd never played with them before. Man, he was good. Like
nice.
You could tell that guy was like a pro. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like he was really, really good. And so Josh said something, because they were like, hadn't even necessarily all been at rehearsal or sound check at the same time. Mm-hmm. And Josh told a story, something along the lines of sometimes you show up to a gig and you don't necessarily know what's going to happen, but you just got to be a professional and
you just got to do it.
You just got to do it. And that guy was like, He's like, yep.
Yep.
Been there.
Feeling it.
Yeah. But they were really, really good. I really, really enjoyed them. They really did a great job. Then we got a picture of Matt and Jules here. They really kind of put this whole thing together, and they really did a nice job. I know it wasn't easy getting all those different acts to commit to coming in, donating a half an hour of their time. But, they really did a nice job with it. And then the evening kind of wrapped up with Seth Michaels doing the art auction. Mm-hmm. And that was a lot of fun. I'd never really gone to something quite like that before.
Seth does a really good job.
The auction at the fair, but that's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not interested in bidding on turkeys too much. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So there's a lot of art by local people. Megan Wiseman, Matt Wilson donated something. Jules had a piece. Paul Brown had a piece. Bob Eisnagel had a piece. So a lot of. I guess I got a whole list here. We can shout them all out. If you give me a second.
I saw one of Ethan's wood pieces.
Ethan, I bought that one.
Oh, you did?
I did, but I forgot to pay for it because I was real hungry. So I got to go back and pay for it.
James, for the love of God.
Hey, I thought the thing was going to be over at 9, and it was almost 11 before it was done. I was ready to eat. Vivian Ripley, Trevin Wyatt, Kit Daly, Debbie Shoemate. And so thanks to all those people for donating art. And then there's also a silent auction. And here are the pieces in the silent auction. And this is kind of a wide shot, so it may be a little hard to see any in particular ones. But the old man that you see sitting there. So I keep bringing up Brittany Potter today. So she was intent on winning that old man. And so every time somebody went over the bid, she's like, "Oh, you better not be bidding on that old man." But so you know how
is that the old man you were talking about yesterday?
Yeah, so you know how a lot of restrooms have little small square windows to let a little bit of light in. Tell me that doesn't look like the old man is
sitting in the restroom,
and you're peeking at him through one of those little tiny bathroom windows.
You think he's on the toilet thinking great thoughts?
Yeah.
In your mind, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he's thinking, oh, God, that was a long day.
Yeah. Did Brittany get him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes. So she's a proud owner of that old man now.
I wonder what her perception of the old man is.
I don't know, but I hope she hangs it in the restroom.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
But so the whole thing was a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody that came out. If you didn't come out, you missed it because it was a really cool show.
And at the end of the day, it's all about supporting, local arts and keeping the Markay alive and keeping her running. She's paid for it, just have to keep her, open and running.
Yeah, I mean it's
for
it's
all the fun.
Paid for, but electric ain't cheap.
No, heating, cooling, all that stuff.
You got to get pest control. You got to get
all that cleaning, all that
cleaning.
Stuff.
Yeah, all those things. It can really add up.
Yeah.
And these events can bring in a lot of money, but then the roof leaks or whatever.
Correct.
And they're trying to raise money to replace the big sign on the marquee. Mm-hmm. That's tens of thousands of dollars
for sure.
So yeah, I mean, just because it's open and running doesn't mean that they don't still need.
That's right, and they need
support.
Yeah.
That sign will be so cool once it's up again. That thing looks so awesome.
Yeah, it does.
I'm excited.
It does.
Yeah. Once hopefully that will be restored to its former glory, or even taken beyond that in the next year or so.
That would be wonderful.
But a couple of awesome things coming up soon at the Markay. September 10th. That's really soon. Tomorrow's the 1st, isn't it? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting messages from.
But September
30 days.
How's
September, April, June? No, this is August, right?
Yeah.
So we have one more day.
Okay. Anyway, my point being,
I love that we have to go through the poem to find out.
What I was trying to get to is friend of the show, Kenny Valentine.
Yes.
Is going to be there at the 10th. So on September 10th. So it's going to be the Kenny Valentine Band and Joseph Barnes and Thacker, who I think are kind of like a folksy bluegrass band. I'm not really familiar with them, but that's kind of the vibe they've got. But Kenny, he puts on a great show.
He does.
And he's going to be a great show in that venue.
You want to talk about, he is too high energy, and local guy does great, and so talented.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's really exciting. So tickets on sale now for Kenny Valentine and Joseph Barnes and Thacker, September 10th at the Markay.
Nice.
We already mentioned Moon Over Buffalo, October 14th, 15th, and 16th. And then on October 8th, this is a cool show. This is the Taikoza Japanese Drummers.
I really feel like I want to go see that for sure.
Yeah.
Because I just think that's something you never have an opportunity to see.
It's definitely going to be one of the most unique shows that they have.
Love that.
It's very different than the kind of concert you might be used to attending.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really cool. And tickets for all that stuff's on sale now, and it's all pretty reasonably priced.
Cool.
Hey, speaking of concerts, I want to tell you a concert I'm going to go to. So we've had
Hank Williams Jr.?
No.
Oh.
Is he going to be around here sometime soon?
I have no idea. I just pulled that out in my rear.
So speaking of Hank, that actually does kind of tie in with the story. We've had Ben Davis Jr. on the show a few times recently, and when he comes on the show, a lot of times he brings an audience with him.
Yes.
In the comment section.
Yes.
On the videos, and a lot of those people are from the Todd Snyder fan club.
Yes.
And so Todd Snyder is going to be at Stewart's Opera House in November.
Oh, no way.
And I saw that. I was like, oh, that'd be really cool to, because I've seen Todd once. I saw him at the Nelsonville Music Festival a few years ago. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. And so I click on there to see how much tickets are and stuff, and it's almost sold out.
Oh, wow. Already?
Yeah, already. I was like, oh. So I jumped on there and I got tickets to see that. And I'm really excited. I've never actually seen a concert at Stewart's Opera House before.
I haven't either.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to other events there, but I've never seen a concert there.
And that's in Nelsonville, right?
Yeah. It's in historic Nelsonville Square where all the star bricks are and everything. Mm-hmm. Really cool. And of course, Stewart's was damaged by fire in 2015. I've not been there since then. Okay. So they've renovated quite a bit since then.
Wow.
So they kind of use that fire as the catalyst to do some expansions and renovations and stuff too.
Sure.
So I'm really excited for that.
That'll be great. I wonder if I bet Ben's there.
I probably will. I haven't talked. I was going to send him a message and ask him about it, but I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet. I think he's actually going to come in here later today because we got something in the works.
Ben,
that I can't talk about yet.
Why don't I know?
I'll tell you about it off the air.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm really excited for that. Stewart's Opera House is such a cool venue. If you do you know much of the history of Stewart's?
No, I don't.
So Stewart's Opera House opened in 1870.
Wow.
And it operated as an opera house until 1928 or something like that.
Okay.
And then it had fallen into disrepair and stuff like that. And it was pretty much empty until the 70s. And then in the 70s, a group, took it on similar to what the Southern Hills Arts Council did with the Markay.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they started remodeling it and restoring it in the mid 70s. And then in the 80s, it burnt down.
Oh, no.
And so they made 10 years of progress with it. And then took a giant hit back.
Yeah.
But they just kind of used that to rally and to, get going again. And then they were able to completely restore it.
That is a cool story.
In the 80s, early 90s. And then it operated as, the venue that we know now for all that time. And then in 2015, the building beside it caught fire and damaged the Opera House quite a bit.
Very unlucky.
But they were able to use that to expand and all this stuff. So it's bigger than it ever was now in its heyday, and it has, space for receptions and all kinds of stuff now.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. But the actual auditorium part is, from my understanding, very much laid out the same way it was in 1870.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Now, the downside of that is seats were real small in 1870. But it is really...
People were probably a little smaller back then. Too.
Yeah. But it is a really cool venue.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And I'm excited to see a concert there.
Very good. Cool.
I think it's cool. Hey, speaking of concerts, here's some stuff that's going to be going on.
So, believe it or not, this week is...
Believe it or not, it's fall.
I know. Like, here we go.
Fall events are here.
The Ohio Hill Country Festival is coming up
really soon.
And yes, it will begin next week.
Mm-hmm.
And it kicks off.
Broke my pen. I was playing with a pen and it broke and it just startled me. Let's just sit that down. Proceed.
Would you just sit there and be good?
I sit on my hands.
Yes. I'm going to pull up that spider video again.
I'm going to start rocking like this. Okay.
Did you not take your Adderall this morning?
I must not have.
Or Ritalin or whatever it is. Okay. So no, Ohio Hill Country Festival starts next week on Wednesday. This is great. The menus will be the featured entertainment. They were actually, if anybody was at my wedding, they were the band at the wedding. They played at our wedding. They played at the Evening with the Arts several years ago.
So are these guys all from Jackson or?
Oh no, they're from Cincinnati.
Okay.
And
So what is their connection to our area? Just
our area?
Yeah.
Just when we lived in Columbus, we fell in love with them.
Okay.
And so then when we got married, we asked them to play.
Nice.
And then like our wedding, like people had fun. And so I think with Evening with the Arts, they just chose them one year to perform. But they are wild. If you've never seen them, they are so good. They're so good and talented. And the lead singer literally will get on his hands. He's like so acrobatic, and he'll like get on his hands on a skateboard and go flying down the midway and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Sounds crazy.
And he sings Tom Jones too, which is fantastic. Anyway, they sing all kind of stuff, all sing along songs like that you will just have a blast with. So that is Wednesday, September 7th at the VFW stage, 7:30 p.m. On Thursday, September 8th, Simba Jordan will be back.
Friend of the show?
Yeah, a friend of the show. He was so much fun to have come in and talk. So hopefully maybe he'll...
So a good way to judge whether or not a festival music schedule is going to be good is how excited Red Thompson is about it.
Okay.
And Red is psyched for Simba to be back.
Well, there you go. I don't know if we can get him back on the show or not, but we will try.
Red's on it. Red wants him in the studio again.
Very good. So we'll do that. That is Thursday, September 8th, 7 p.m. Also, Thursday, September 8th, Murphy will be at 7:45, and I'm not familiar with...
So John said he was an American Idol contestant. John Boy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. He looks really cute. Then on Friday, of course, there will be the football game, but also karaoke at 7:30. So you can...
I'm going to sing some Tom Jones. Dun, 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 dun,
Not unusual. I've told you my Tom Jones story, haven't I?
I don't know. Is it as good? Oh, yeah. Like all the people were flirting with him at the casino show or something like that.
No, he asked me backstage because...
Yeah. He liked your curly hair.
He liked something. I don't know what it was, but he is liking gin. I can tell you that.
How old was he at that?
Probably only 125.
And how old were you?
25.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah. And then Saturday, September 10th at the Ohio Hill Country Festival, Nashville Crush will take the stage at 8. And that'll be, of course, following the parade and all that stuff.
So I said the Red Thompson meter. So Nashville Crush, Red goes, they're not even from Nashville. So those guys have got to work hard if they're going to impress Red.
They got to get in his good graces.
They got to step it up.
Oh boy. Well, lots of great entertainment at this year's Ohio Hill Country Festival. Plus, all the great rides that John Boy was talking about. They have a great ride company this year. Of course, food and lots of fun. And that's what it's all about in Wellston. And that begins next Wednesday.
And so
tomorrow.
You are going to be on vacation next week.
I was just thinking about that.
So I invited John Boy to come one day.
Good.
So hopefully we can rope him into co-hosting.
That would
taking
be
your spot so I don't have to talk as much. Let the professional talker do the...
Let the professional talker do the talking.
Yep.
I don't think John Boy is ever at a lack of words. Jamie was telling me that he saw that he got his real estate license.
Yeah.
So he could talk about that too, maybe.
That is pretty exciting. I know that's
cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Like, John, I thought you were retiring.
Yeah,
like,
he was complaining about having too much to do like 3 days ago when he was in here. And then he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm just starting a new career. No, that does seem like a good.
He would be really good.
He's going to be really good at that.
Yeah. He'd be really good at that. And, but of course, he's good at everything he does.
That's true. But that does seem like a really good fit for him.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think he'll be great at that.
Yep. And the Ohio Hill Country Festival, once again, starts next Wednesday and should be a blast.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Lots of good stuff. And if you haven't gone to see the menus, you need to go see the menus. Nobody sees the menus without having fun.
Yeah. And remember, the highlight of the Coal Festival / OhillCo Festival is the part in the parade route where they put a big rubber thing over all of the cables and all of the parade floats have to struggle to get over it.
Right in front of the grandstand.
I do not know why they did not put that on the schedule.
I mean, just come watch the floats go over the hump.
Apple Festival Queen float attempts to drive over hump. Yeah, that should be on the schedule.
It's just,
and all the little girls go.
Yeah. How they haven't lost one yet, I'll never know.
Hey, do you remember we had Sam Brady on the show?
Yeah.
A while back, and we were talking about how he used to play the pizza mat.
It was the pizza.
I can't remember if he was the pizza or the chicken. I think he was the pizza. And we found that Coal Festival parade video of him as the chicken or the pizza or whatever it was. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if that was me or not. And then he goes like this. He's like, that was my move.
That was my move. That was
He's like, that's me. That's my move.
And he had on green tights, hose. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Classic.
It is classic. You are correct on that. All right. Let's see. What else we got?
You want to talk about General Mills?
Sure.
Let's give kind of the Cliff Notes version of that.
Cliff Notes. General Mills made a major announcement. I think it was kind of yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With a new project in partnership with Jobs Ohio, Ohio SE, and the Ohio Department of Development and Jackson County, speaking of Sam Brady, Economic Development Partnership, it will expand their operations in Wellston, creating 30 new jobs, which is great. And if you don't know, I don't know how you don't know, but General Mills produces Totino's pizzas and pizza rolls, which are just epic.
Everywhere.
Yeah. The company announced an investment of $100 million to expand its operations in Wellston. The increase in capacity will bring total employment at the Wellston facility to over 1,000 folks.
That's a lot.
So that's great.
The place is big.
Yep. So yeah, General Mills has been a cornerstone of this community for more than 35 years, and our employees exude a lot of pride in making food the world loves, said Stephanie Weaver, plant manager at General Mills Wellston facility. They're excited to grow. So yeah, the expansion is being supported by a tax credit, whole lot of other technical stuff, but
I said I'd stop playing with my pen and I lied.
Sit there and be good, James. My goodness. Expansion is being supported by a tax credit from the Ohio Department of Development and a $400,000 Jobs Ohio grant in collaboration with Ohio SE toward the building, machinery, and equipment costs. So anyway, they are going to invest $100 million in the Wellston facility.
Wonderful.
Add 30 more jobs. So add some like new equipment and things like that. So
it's very
pretty
exciting.
Darn cool.
It's very exciting.
If you think about that. And to put it over 1,000 people.
It's a lot. I mean, are they the biggest employer in the county, or does Walmart have them beat?
I don't know. That's a fair question. We'll have to ask Sam about that. Yeah. We'll definitely ask him about that. So, okay. So that is that. And so that is good news.
Yeah.
We love economic development. Anything that can.
Yeah, I thought we'd be a good thing to have some good news.
Yeah. We love good news.
There's a lot of not as good news. I thought that was a nice good news story to share this morning.
It is. And, anytime you can create jobs, that's fantastic. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Especially good paying ones.
Yeah, exactly. So love that.
So a couple weeks ago, we had to say goodbye to Ella and Ethan.
Yes.
Our summer interns.
But
fear not.
Yes.
Work release program from school.
Makes it sound like prison.
Has granted us another intern.
Yet another intern.
So I thought the last little bit of the show, I'll switch places with Dylan the intern. And he can tell us what it's like being a high school student that doesn't know who 50 Cent is. Because
this poor child
20 years ago now when he was popular.
He also did not know that baseball games start with a starting pitch. So
kids these days.
You'll be so smart by the time we get done with you. Like in all the wrong ways.
I think he's already smart. I think he's already a pretty sharp kid.
Yeah, but he'll know all the stuff
all
he
the
shouldn't
stupid
know.
Stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to switch places with Dylan.
Okay, come on over, big guy.
Tell us all about 50 Cent.
He's like, he didn't know this was happening, so he looks like he's petrified. You're not going to be terrified, are you?
No, not terrified.
Okay, not terrified. And he's so cute. Well, hi.
Hey.
Welcome to this side of the camera.
It does look a little different.
Doesn't it? Well, so tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how'd you end up here?
So I'm a high school student. I got this because I finished a lot of my classes a bit early, like English and stuff. And they said I could have like 3 periods that I could leave and go work. So I figured I'd try to get a job somewhere I like. And I'm the esports media producer for my high school, so I like media stuff. I like writing. I wrote a book a little while back, and they had me on the radio part for that.
Great.
So I figured I'd try this, and somehow I got lucky and got in.
So I thought you were going to say something like, I just wanted to hang with you and James every day.
That's fun, too.
Okay. All right. Well, he's learning lots so far about 50 Cent, and he got shot 9 times.
Yeah.
And
hey, he's enjoying working with us more than he's enjoying working with Stacy, because I guess he ruined some books this morning.
No, it's awesome.
What did you do?
I was trying to hole punch them right, and I hole punched the wrong side, and I was like, oh, well, I won't do that again. And then I did it again. So I just kind of felt bad.
So you've been fired from zip printing already?
I hope not.
Nah, Stacy's awful sweet. I don't think she would do that to you.
She is very nice.
She is. She's the only person that I know that goes, I'm so angry right now.
I know. Stacy is frightening when she's angry because she just gets like more positive, but you can just see it in her eyes.
So her eyes look like they're going to pop out of her head when she's giggling.
Yeah, when she's in the middle of some project and somebody shows up wanting banners done by 3 o'clock or something like that. And she's just got fire in her eyes. She's like, I'm so far behind.
The only people who really know she's mad are people that work with her, because
people that know her.
Because if
she's
not,
smiling.
you think she's giggling and smiling, and but she is so sweet. That's the point.
She's the nicest person in the world.
Yes. So Stacy, we love you so much. But and she didn't even kick you out when you.
He did break that pen.
He did break the pen because he can't sit still. Right, James?
Hey, Dylan's over there fiddling with it too.
All right, so back to Dylan. Are you a senior this year?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your last name?
Euler.
Dylan Euler, and you're from Jackson. Mm-hmm. Okay, so where did you go to grade school?
Westview.
Okay, and who is your Westview is the one out Beaver Pike?
I think so. There's like a bunch of hills that surround it.
Yeah, I think that's the one out Beaver Pike.
Yeah, there's an apartment complex like right across the street.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right. Or houses or something.
Yeah, Westview was fun. I liked Westview.
Did you?
I mean, it was way better than middle school. Middle school was interesting.
Oh, yeah? So tell me about... So when I was in school a few years ago, I went to Kinnison Elementary, which isn't there anymore. It's just a grassy field beside the Lillian Jones Museum. But then we were the first 7th grade class to go to, they made a junior high So it was 6th and 7th graders, but we went in the 7th grade, and that was out where Northview is now. And then the high school was the middle school when I was in school.
Yeah.
So were you nervous to go to middle school?
Middle school was something that I was very nervous about. And I realized pretty quickly it's just kind of a bigger step from elementary. You go from being like just a kid who doesn't want to go to school and just watching SpongeBob all day. And then suddenly you have to go
being a slightly bigger kid that doesn't want to go to school and wants to
still
stay
watches
home and SpongeBob all day.
Yeah, but only now you're tall. So it's
college is the same way.
Pretty much.
You know.
Yeah, you will regress back to SpongeBob and Price is Right and stuff like that. So so you made it through middle school.
Yeah.
And then you went to the high school. So do you like the high school the best?
The high school is awesome. They're a really great place with a lot of really great people. But for me, it was a bit more interesting because I got there and I was having a typical freshman year. And then out of nowhere, the world shut down. So that was an unusual experience that a lot of people didn't have. But for me, it was obviously COVID wasn't good for anyone, but I did get a lot of time to write. And that's when I wrote my book.
Okay.
So at least I came out of it with a different perspective.
Love that. So was the book kind of like therapy for you as far as just like kind of being stuck at home and or did you always want to write a book?
I'd always wanted to write one. In elementary, I wrote little books. Like I just wrote little flip books and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Then I figured this is my chance. I mean, when else do you get 3 months that you do nothing?
So right. I was like, you're stuck at home.
Yeah, I mean, I figured this was the time.
So what is your book about? Tell us that.
My book's about, one second, allergies. But
I get you.
My book is about a superhero. So it's a superhero that protects the town. And then one day he's defeated by the main villain of the city.
Oh, no.
And then his grandson, who he raises because the parents died, his grandson's alone now. So his grandson's not really sure what to do. And he goes to move in with his aunt, who he had never met before.
Uh-huh.
And then as he's packing his stuff, he finds an old metal box.
Okay.
And then he opens it and sees a prototype of the superhero suit. So he realizes that he just puts two and two together, that his grandpa was the superhero. So he takes up the mantle.
Uh-huh. So he becomes a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What was his name?
Volkdor.
What? The what?
Volkdor.
Volkdor. Where'd you come up with that?
I just thought it sounded cool.
Oh, it does sound pretty cool. So does he win at the end of the day?
Yeah, the city's destroyed in the process, but he does win.
Great. All right.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob when they're like, "We did it, Patrick. We saved the town," and it's like burning the
Pretty much.
How funny. So will there be a book number 2?
I've been trying to write one, but I really got involved in my high school's esports media program, which is just gaming-focused media, and I became the producer, the head leader of that. So I've been very busy creating all kinds of different forms of content, podcasts, promo videos, social media, a lot of different things. And on top of that, I'm also the captain of the esports. So I've been pretty busy.
So it sounds like it. So let's talk for a minute, if you don't mind, because from somebody that is not a gamer or doesn't really, know about this kind of stuff, could you explain what esports are? Because I think a lot of people are like, is it just a bunch of kids sitting around playing video games? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, there's a whole thing to that. So esports.
He's like, yes.
So
yes, I am going to tell you.
I am going to sit around and play video games.
So I'm not much of a football guy, but I'll take basketball as an example.
Uh-huh.
So, there's the main team and the opposing team, and then they have to earn points. That's essentially how every sport works.
Sure.
So in esports, instead of taking your physical body and getting all muscular and ready, with esports, you train your mind. So you have to understand how fast the pixels move, how fast your character can move, and you got to understand how to combo and how to counter different attacks.
Sure.
So Smash Bros is what I lead. So Smash Bros, if you've ever seen Mario is a character.
Okay, so I was going to say knowing that I know nothing about any of this stuff. Yeah, so Mario is in Smash Bros.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll just use Mario as an example for all this. So say one person is really good at Mario. So they play Mario in Smash Bros, and then they just kind of carry over those skills and traits in a way, sort of, but they also have to adapt to this new game. So now you fight, like, say you're really good, so you're number 1. And then there's a team of 5. So there's the second person, second best is number 2, third best number 3, and so on to 5th. And then you fight another school who has the same team lineup. And then if your number 1 wins, that's 1 point. If your number 2 wins, that's 2 points. If your number 3 wins, that's 3 points, and you just won against Wellston. So
gotcha.
That's just kind of how it works in that.
So it's basically the same as sports, but you're not using your physical body. You're using the body of a character in your brain.
Yeah.
Which is
you have to kind of mentally train for this one, but it's really fun once you get into it. We have people who are on the football team and who play esports, and we have people who are on drama club and play esports.
That's kind of cool.
And then we have esports people who only play esports.
Yeah.
I'm in band and drama club and esports.
So here's an important question, Dylan. How hard would it be for you to set up Smash Brothers or something like that in here one morning to show Jen how to do it?
Yeah, can we do that?
We could do that. I'd love to do that. It would not be very hard at all.
I think we should do that one day.
My thing is,
or maybe every day we don't have a good idea for the show. Right? We just play Smash Bros.
One thing that would be great is to see Jen react to some of the promotional videos we do.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to see your reaction to a man falling out of a building and then getting a job at the high school and going into a lightsaber battle.
What's your YouTube? Is that on YouTube?
Yeah.
What's your channel called?
Jackson High School Esports.
You are so confusing me right now. This is so good though, because I'm learning stuff. See, we're going to teach you all the bad stuff that you don't know that you're going to know by the time, because we're ornery, but you can teach me good stuff too.
So is it this one that says back to school that you're talking about?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Okay. Give me a second and I'll bring that up.
We have a lot of better ones, but the way we work our channel is we private every video from every year because we just produce so many videos.
Yeah.
So we have a playlist from 2021, playlist from 2022, so all that. So all of our videos are kind of disappeared right now, except for this one video he's pulling up.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this isn't our best work, but it's interesting.
I'm excited. This will be fun. So do all the local schools now have esports teams?
So Wellston, I believe they have one, but it's only for middle school. They don't have enough coaches to run it because you have to have a coach for every team.
Well, let me ask you this.
We usually just have one for all.
Is it like an online thing, or are you actually sitting in the same room with the other team?
We are together with our team. Like, it'll be me and my friends together in one room, but we're playing online against their team.
Okay, so you don't even have to like travel to a school or something like that.
No, we do hold events you can travel to. Like, we just did the YMCA Appalachia Smash Up.
Okay.
I think the YMCA was actually in here. I mentioned it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so we did one at their place. We're trying to do one at the library here soon.
Okay.
But that's still in the works.
Very good. You got it, James?
I got it.
All right, let's see what this boy's talking about.
Oh, man.
I thought he was going to run through the sign.
That would have been good.
Kool-Aid Man.
That one was something. We have a lot of better ones than that. Yeah.
I liked it.
One of them, we have a series called Runaway Reagan.
Uh-huh.
And that is 3 episodes. And first one is Corbin trying to help get his friend out of class because they want to skip class. He pretends to be a police officer. So that guy is in a police officer outfit, and he walks in and he goes, "You're under arrest." And he takes him out of the classroom. And then he runs away from him and just ditches him. And then the teacher starts chasing him.
Nice.
And then the second one, he catches him and he's like, "Finally, I got you." And then he runs away again and he goes through the classroom again. And this time he takes like 10 people with him and they're just running through the halls. He's like, "Get back here." And then in the third one, he runs after him and trips and hurts himself.
Oh, no.
And that's where we're at right now.
You guys are sick and twisted.
So that kid made a short film for the Markay Short Film Festival. Jen.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just scripted and directed that one.
Okay. Very good. That's awesome.
But yeah, that's why I wanted to get a job here, because I want to kind of expand upon what I'm doing at the high school and try to learn more on how to do it.
Yeah.
So far what I've learned from James is like the way he
showing
runs
up
his
15
software.
minutes late and to get because you stopped at McDonald's to get iced coffee.
But like the software he runs for this stuff
Yes.
is so different than what I'm used to.
Okay.
And I never even knew that stuff existed.
Yeah.
So I've already in like 4 days learned that there's a bunch of softwares I didn't even know was out there.
Yeah. Do you find like what he's using easy to understand? Or
It is easy to understand, but I do not understand how he goes that fast with that software.
Well, you use it every day.
Years of practice.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how you get good at it. What Dylan's using, Jen, is a software called OBS, which is Online Broadcast Studio.
Okay.
And so it is like kind of a classic, like free online software that, for live streaming video production, that's very much like ahead of its time. Because like online sort of live video production has really had a renaissance since COVID because it's just gotten so much more popular.
Sure.
But OBS has been doing it for decades.
Oh,
now.
cool.
And it's free, and anybody can develop like plugins and stuff for it. So it's a really powerful software that was way ahead of its time, but it's also not very user friendly.
Gotcha. Well, it makes sense, and if you can learn to use that, you can learn to use anything. Let's go that route with it.
Yeah.
Very good. So how in the world did you get so ahead in your classes that you're allowed to be here for a few hours a day?
I didn't necessarily get ahead. So what I did was in middle school, I took an Algebra 1 class, and that algebra credit carried over. So everyone who went to Jackson Middle School automatically gets one of their classes out of the way. So that was actually really easy.
Oh.
And then all you had to do was just attend school, and boom, you're already one class ahead than everyone else. But that's only for middle school students at Jackson.
Okay.
And then the rest of the classes were actually optional. So I didn't have to take another English class, and I didn't have to take another history class. Well, I did take an English class. It was another, I don't know, I remember what class I didn't have to take. Science.
Yeah.
So I had 3 extra periods available. So
Nice.
I was able to leave for 3 periods, and that's the maximum amount you're allowed to leave.
Okay. So do you bust out of school every morning, or do you just come straight here?
I come straight here.
Okay. Because it used to be a little harder or easier to bust out of school than it is nowadays. But we won't say that we ever did that.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, no, this went away when we moved into the new Oak Hill High School, but and I'm sure it was this way when you were in school, Jen, that you were allowed to like leave for lunch every day.
Yeah.
And kids would just go wander around town for an hour. Just do literally whatever they wanted to do.
Well, we just all got in our cars, and it was like the Indianapolis 500 down Huron Street. Mm-hmm. I still to this day don't understand how we all survived it, because everybody passed everybody.
Yeah.
And
in Oak Hill at the old high school, if you remember, the student parking lot was on that steep hill behind the building. So, so it was the Indianapolis 500 on a very straight down drop off.
Yeah. Yep. I remember all of that. Yeah. You guys don't get to leave for lunch. We got to, we literally went out, got in our cars and drove to lunch.
It was the Wild West back then.
It was a little wild. I can't believe they let us leave.
I know.
Hey, we all made it back. It was fine.
Smelling like cigarettes.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So what is your favorite part of school, and what are you looking forward to for the future?
My favorite part is definitely esports media,
the
gaming focused media. That is very fun. Creating those skits is awesome.
Good.
And I'm definitely looking forward to hopefully doing stuff like that in the future as a career.
Is there a career in esports? I know that there are some majors like that in college now.
You can get I believe a major in becoming an esports coach, so you can become a professional college esports coach.
Okay.
But I'm not actually going for esports. I'm going for filming.
Okay.
I want to make more skits like we make now, and I want to make more podcasts and create more like running, like how JJ Hill does the football games and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I want to do.
Well, very good.
Can I make a suggestion to you, Dylan? And I think this is just good advice for anybody that's interested in going into a creative field professionally.
Mm-hmm.
Go to school and learn business. You can learn the creative stuff on your own, but learn about business so that you know how to take those creative skills that you have and turn that into a career, whether it's media production or fine arts or music production or whatever. Like, you can learn those skills on your own, but learn how to like make it a business and that's going to really help you be successful.
Yeah, that makes sense.
See, told you we'd learn you here.
I mean, that's not what I did.
But James is like, listen from my stupidity.
Yeah, that's not what I did. I went to art school and I loved it. But I think it would have been very beneficial to me to have learned those skills as well.
Yeah, that's true, I would say. Or at least take some classes in that field as well.
Well, Jen, that's kind of what did you take business classes too, or did you just do communications?
I did communications, but we also, had some business classes in there too, and so, marketing and econ and a lot of so within your major, you're gonna end up probably.
But think about how did those classes inform the career that you ended up getting into, as far as managing restaurants and things. Like if you just did a straight communications degree, do you think you still would have gotten into?
Probably, but I think like more of being entrepreneurial for me is, I think, the way I was raised, because all of my sets of parents were entrepreneurial. So I think that that's just kind of what I was comfortable with and what I knew.
Yeah.
Now, what field it was a whole other thing, whether it be radio or the restaurant or whatever. And that's kind of how I ended up doing both. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely skills that you learn, and there's the basic, stuff that you need to know, accounting and all of those things. And then you learn the other stuff too. So hopefully in a well-rounded major, like if you wanted to do production and stuff, they would throw those classes at you as well, make you take them, and if not, take them as electives.
Yeah.
So just a little food for thought. All right, well, it's 2 after, and Dylan survived, and we didn't, embarrass him too much or anything. That's later on after we get to know him better.
We're gonna make you drink pickle juice on your last day,
right? Oh. He's like, no, I really don't want to do that. All right, well, we are gonna get out of here for the day. Tomorrow we don't know what we're doing either, do we, James?
Negative
on that. All right. We'll figure something out for tomorrow. So we may make Dylan here play esports with us. I don't know.
That would be awesome.
So
we might do that next week when you're not here.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.